Test, test, test. You should be getting me now. You should have that, surely. It's definitely picking up the sound. Right, there we go. Right, sorry, catch up on some questions again. Thoughts on privacy coins? We've done that one. Just went, still no sound. If you had to invest $50 a month in Binance futures, is that a hard path? I mean, I'm not here to give financial advice, but futures trading is very difficult. You've got to have a lot of skills. You've got to be dedicated to the charts. You've got to be really confident. It's fixed. Great stuff. Thank you very much for confirming. So yeah, I mean, futures trading is really, really difficult and very, very high risk. If you wanted to invest $50 a month regularly, there are other things you can do. There are solutions that I can recommend. Again, I did a TikTok kind of on this area earlier. Someone was offering to manage people's cryptos portfolio or investing in their own portfolio, and then they would divvy out the profits at the end. In the UK, especially now, that's going to be quite difficult because crypto is definitely heading towards regulation. Yeah, we do have a crypto law, a crypto bill now that's been passed. So it should all be good. Stable coins are regulated, and crypto space is regulated as a regulated trading environment, so it's recognized. So for people to offer their own services in terms of, I will manage this portfolio for you, if they're not financially qualified or insured, I would stay away. But I did a TikTok on this earlier. There are platforms out there that kind of do regular investment strategies for you. Again, there is a TikTok video on this that I released earlier. Please go and check that out. I don't want to sort of say it too much because I feel like I'm getting very shilly because I really like the platform. I am mentioning it a lot, but I don't want to sound too shilly, but I keep referring to it. But it's there. XRP to the moon, let's hope so. Where do I see the Electroneum price going? Electroneum for me is very, very, very dependent upon adoption. If the Digital Pound Foundation and the components thereof are not chosen to host the Bank of England CBDC solution, which is looking pretty likely that they are, then the Electroneum should do quite well. I mean, at the moment it's less than 0.2 of a cent, which puts the market cap at, I think, something like ridiculously low at 20. Let me have a look. 36 million. Sorry, I got the tokenomics wrong. So current market cap is 36 million. Now you can imagine if that, as a bankless wallet solution, got adopted as part of the CBDC solution for the UK government for a digital pound, that's a significant win. And Electroneum could absolutely explode from a $36 million market cap. But it's a big if. No one knows if they're truly going to be adopted. The euro's gone with Stellar XLM. There's nothing guaranteed. I mean, Quant are working with the Bank of England, especially with the BIS, Bank of International Settlements. They've done a couple of tests with the BIS and Bank of England on that, but there's no guarantee that they'll be adopted either. There really isn't. My favourite token that has a moon in the name. There is only one, and it is Moonbeam. Thank you, Mark. You had to get me to say it again, didn't you? LTX is good. I like LTX. I don't currently hold any. It's not, for me, it's not my cup of tea to hold in my portfolio right now. But I do like it. It's something I keep an eye on. Certainly on the bubble chart, we're seeing LTX jump 17.5% today. So that is incredibly strong. Compared to some of the other greens out there. Even Aave, only up 10% today. Aave's had some really good, strong runs recently. Litecoin, of course, associated with another ETF, possibly. So that's up today as well. I think it was also Bitcoin Cash. It was Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and Bitcoin Cash were all highlighted for another possible ETF. So very, very strong. Just looking, how are we doing, buddy? Good to see you. I hope you're very, very well. If you're over on YouTube, please do Remember to hit the like, subscribe if you're not subscribing already, and drop some comments in. Anything to help get that out for you. I appreciate you all being there. But Z-Star, you're holding the fort there brilliantly for me. Thank you very, very much. All there on your own at the moment, but I thank you for being there. At least you've got the benefit of being able to see my screen and you know what I'm talking about. So you're all good there, buddy. So let's go back over what's happening with the markets. As I said, crypto bubbles, we've got some strong performers there. Aave, I do think DeFi is still going to be a very, very strong narrative heading into the next bull run. We're going to see lots of AMMs, perpetual dexes and things like this really come good. Dexes in particular is a very, very crowded network, very, very crowded area of interest. I would say that the AMMs, the automated market makers like Aave, are probably going to be stronger bets because there's less of them. But they are, I mean, Aave was an absolute beast in the last bull run. So if we go onto Aave now. Ooh. So Aave currently trading at $68.81, up nearly 10% on the day, as we said. Market cap 994 million. Fully diluted, it is going to be probably about 1.1 billion. It's 90% circulating supply. You can see we're getting some pretty big dumps, but I think a lot of people will have been buying Aave in the bear market. It is a beast of a project. In the bull run, we saw it go up to $650. So up to nearly, in terms of market cap though, we're looking at a market cap of 8 billion. So the top market cap was 8 billion. The top price was $640. So you can tell if we were to get back up to 8 billion now, we would need an 8x to get us there. And that actually, tokenomics wise, doesn't look too different. Actually, 629 times 8. Let's do some maths. I know everyone's here for maths. That's what you want. You want some maths. So 629 times 8, 5 billion. So yeah, if we got back up to 629 again, because of the tokenomic situation, there's been more tokens vested. An 8x on the current token price would only get us to 5 billion. So we're not going to hit 8 billion as easily. It needs to see a lot more. So let's say it does hit 5 billion. That gives us a price possibly around about, well, it'd have to be the same price. So $629 to get us to 5 billion. So yeah, it's an odd one. Very, very strong. Would I buy it? I don't know. It's quite a risk. As I said, I would probably look at other AMMs or other perpetuals in that kind of arena. I like GMX. I like MUX on Arbitrum. There's some others as well that are looking really good. I can't remember the names off the top of my head. Stargate and some other things as well. Anything DeFi and finance, I'm very, very interested in right now. We used to talk about Polkadex. Do I still believe in it? Yeah, absolutely. Polkadex is still a great looking project. Polkadot ecosystem in general has been kind of forgotten about. Polkadex was one of the winners of a parachain slot, so it's definitely a strong contender. They've all got funds to back them up. Currently $1.09. I've been waiting for it to dip below $1 before I get back into it, but the market cap's only 9 million. But again, tokenomics wise, 20 million full supply, 8.3 million in circulation, so less than 50%. Fully diluted value though is only 22 million. So you're talking about, Polkadex is a serious contender for me. It is a good bit of kit on the Polkadot ecosystem. We've seen it at $33 before, and back up then again towards 27. Market cap wise, it did reach 83 million. So you could still see possibly a 9x on the market cap getting you back up there. A 9x at the current price though would get you to $9, not 27. So that's how much the tokenomics has changed in the last couple of years. So yeah, a token of $9, a possible 9x on Polkadex, I'd take that still, but I want to see it below $1 before I take that risk. The risk reward's got to be there. But I do like Polkadex. It's a good project, and I've been watching it for a while. I do hold some because of the parachains. Do I see Litecoin? I told you halving. Did you see it pump today? Yeah, Litecoin, it will be the halving, but it will also be the news that Litecoin was subject to another possible ETF proposition. So there was another ETF proposed somewhere, I can't remember exactly where, but it was Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and Bitcoin Cash were all lumped together into another possible ETF. So that's another possible reason why it's pumped so strongly. But yes, Litecoin doing very, very well. If we look at it over the last week, it has it's definitely performed very well. It's up $30 from 82 at the bottom, which is absolutely fantastic. On the month, it was at 96 anyway, back up to 109. So the month actually hasn't been that strong. It's up about 10%. But obviously, on the year, we've been up from 48 to 103. So we're still not up to that 10. We're just back up to that 103, 105 level now. So it's not run away, but it's doing very, very well. Charles Schwab's ETF, that's the one. Yeah, Charles Schwab's, that's the one. Moonbeam is a parachain on DOT. What potential price do I see DOT hitting? DOT for me, the bullish thing about Polkadot is that Polkadot reached $55 and it had no ecosystem in the last bull run. All of the hype around Polkadot was the thought of the parachains and the excitement of how that network would operate. This time round, Polkadot's going to have fully functioning, fully fledged ecosystem. All the parachain slots are going to be working with their layer 2s in effect as well. So it's going to be very, very exciting. Moonbeam for me is very, very strong. Polkadot is very, very strong. If it didn't hit a very good price again, I'd be very, very surprised. Let's look at Polkadot in terms of tokenomics and price. So as I said, the highest price on Polkadot in the bull run was about $55. And we're currently at $5. So we're saying that should be an 11x. Is an 11x still feasible by market cap? Because we're currently sat at $6 billion, and the all-time high on market cap was actually 49. So that 11x is not possible. 52. So that 11x is no longer possible because the tokenomics have changed. It is still pumping out some tokens into the supply. So if we say that the market cap was 52 million, to get us back up to that market cap, we're looking at about a 9x, not an 11x. So I would expect if we got to all-time high, a 9x to $45. If we didn't get to all-time high, even if we got to $30, which is where I think my Fibonacci retracement sits as the first stepping stone. Let me just quickly get in and have another look here on the daily. So the first step on the Fibonacci retracement is about $30. So if it gets to that point, that I think is probably a realistic first profit take expectation. That is part of the reason why I've been dollar cost averaging down on Polkadot. I've been buying Polkadot since the bull run, and I've been staking it in the parachains. So crowd loaning it in the parachains. So that's been locked up, and I've lost all that value. I've not been able to sell any. So my dollar cost average was actually $20. So I've been buying DOT to bring my average down. Because you can imagine, if my sell target's 30 and I bought it at 20, 50% profit is not a lot for that risk. So I'm doubling down on Polkadot, some would say, and I'm buying more to reduce that DCA and increase the profit ratio. So that's what I'm doing there. But also Moonbeam is the one I'm really, really bullish on. That's a great long shot. Wife doing all the work again behind the scenes for the maths stuff. Absolutely. Welcome, Cole. Good to see you, buddy. Did BlackRock get knocked back on their ETF on Bitcoin? I haven't heard that they have, no. It's not to say that it's not the case. I have been working today, so let's go and have a look. BlackRock Bitcoin ETF news. SEC says spot Bitcoin ETF filings are inadequate. Ooh. So is that the reason why we had that little bit of a dip earlier? I said a little bit of a dip, rather serious dip. Let's have a look. Regulator tells NASDAQ CBOE that applications from BlackRock, Fidelity and others aren't clear and comprehensive. So it's not a refusal, it's possibly just that it's not looking great. The SEC aren't keen on it. But we kind of know that anyway. Doesn't look like it's been out and out refused, but there's been some speculation that the SEC is saying they're not good enough. So we'll see. Moonbeam ambassador. Dreamer, if I was a Moonbeam ambassador, I'd be very happy. I wouldn't have to pay the prices for the token that I am at the moment, I'll tell you. I've asked, but they don't do it. They have like a program where you can sign up and do bounties. I'm not doing that. It could be why we dumped. I mean, that story is quite negative. It's not an official rejection. It's speculation. But speculation is sometimes enough to bring the market down. Node Army, you're absolutely welcome. Have I ever heard of Frax Insurance? I have. Frax I've heard of, yeah. I don't know a lot about it, though. I've got to be honest. SEC don't like anything that involves crypto. No, I 100% agree. The SEC seem very anti-crypto. It's very, very strange when you consider that the UK's just passed a bill that's been signed off by His Majesty that recognises crypto stablecoins and brings them into a regulated space. Also setting up the fact that crypto trading should be a regulated environment. It's incredibly bullish for the UK, and the USA just seems so far behind. And you've got to say it's the SEC that are just dragging the heels. It's weird. How come I'm not as bullish on Moonriver anymore? I am. I just don't mention it as much as everything else. Moonriver, I still got exactly the same bag. I haven't added to it. I love the tokenomics. It's the canary network for Moonbeam. I've got to love it. But it's on Kusama, and I don't hold Kusama. I hold Polkadot. The canary networks are great, but I like owning it. It's like why have Coke Zero when you can have real Coke? What is that? The line in that's the line in Breaking Bad, is it? I've already bought Coke. I own Polkadot. I own Moonbeam. Why would I want Coke Zero? Why would I want Moonriver and Kusama? I do have Moonriver, but I've already bought heavily into Dot and Moonbeam. So I don't talk about Moonriver as much because I am really bullish on Dot and Moonbeam. Thank you for the finger hearts and the likes, Lucy. Appreciate that support. Thank you very, very much indeed. It's good to have you here. Is that red wine? No, honestly, it's just Coke. It's just Coke. Cola with the Spartamin. Will Moonriver not pump as hard as Moonbeam? It might pump as hard as Moonbeam on occasion. Moonriver is the test net, is the canary network for Moonbeam. A lot of projects will set up on Moonriver first, test everything, see how it goes, and then migrate across to Moonbeam, or maybe just go, stay on, maybe go to Moonbeam as well and go cross chain onto Moonbeam and Moonriver. Moonriver will see traffic, but the tokenomics are so good, I think that will add the value, at least initially. But for me, Moonbeam is the longer term investment because it's the real network. It's not the canary. What's the go with FTX? It's done a dump. FTX and FTT, that was all a speculation. So that was speculation because people thought that the exchange was going to be reopened because they'd found all of these $7 billion of illiquid assets or whatever it was. So FTT token. Oh, no, that's why. I'm on the daily. I was going to say, that doesn't look right. Okay, so yeah, it's been absolutely tearing away. It bottomed out here. You've seen some really good gains on that. Where's my box? Price range, there we go. So it bottomed out here locally at 77.5 cents, and it's back up to $2.47. That's a hell of a run. That's 219%. So it's going to retrace at some point. Currently sat at $2.02. I would still be very happy with that if I was an FTX token holder. As there was a lot of speculation about whether or not FTT was going to come back. Maybe some of that's ended, or maybe we're just seeing a sell-off now from the people who have been speculating on it. We can see it happens all the time with FTT, FTX. There's speculation, the price surges, and then it dumps over time. I mean, looking at this is the third time it's kind of gone up over $2.50 and then rejected. I would probably say it's just going to come all the way back down again to maybe $1.25, $1.30, and it might be worth speculating at that level, but it could continue downwards to like 79, 80 cents that we've seen here at the bottom of this one. If you don't know what I'm on about, it's because I'm sharing my screen on YouTube as well. So the screen is there for people to see on YouTube. So you'll get the benefit of that over there. I can see that there's two of you there now, so welcome. I hope you're there. I hope you subbed. Thank you for being there. And I hope you're enjoying the use of the screen. Don't know why people are still in FTX and it's pumping today. It was pure speculation. There's been speculation every now and again that they're going to reopen the exchange. If that happens, that is incredibly bullish because if they're going to use the same token, it will just be a reopening. It's not a new project. So people are speculating on the FTX token, the FTT token. But it does dump very regularly. This news is nothing new. There's always some kind of speculation around it, and it dumps. And if you're on YouTube right now, you'll be able to see that we had a spike in January that went from 82 cents up to $2.84, dumped all the way down to $1, went all the way back up to $2.98, dumped all the way down to 72 cents. And now we've got back up to $2.48 and we're going to dump again. We could come back up. This could be a temporary red candle. We could still may have some more upward momentum. It wouldn't surprise me if we saw $2.80 because we've typically gone there the last 2 times, but there's nothing to guarantee that. We're only trying to predict. But we've got a lower starting position on this run, so the percentages are probably already in. If I do another chart on that part, where we go in price range again. So that load. So the last time it did this, it went from 96 cents up to 97 cents. That's 210%. So yeah, we're currently at 219% again gains again from this local low. So people are selling off. It's doubled in money. They're going to take their profits. It'll come back down again, and then we'll have another rumor in a few months. Because that was January, and then again in April. I was shocked, surprise, end of June. It's almost like at the end of every quarter, it gets a pump. I mean, come on. Really? Every 3 months it's pumping. The last 3 times, I swear to God. If I do this price chart again, on the first run, from the low, where is it? 82 cents, I said, up to $2.85, 247%. Dumps again. And it's just very, very predictable. So I think once this retraces back down 100%, I might buy some because I've got no doubt. At the end of September, let's see if there's another pump. End of September 2023, FTT will pump. That's my prediction right there. I'm going to take a picture of this. I'm going to share it in the Discord. September 2023, FTX pump prediction. There we go. So that's shared in the Discord. You can all see that. It's there and available. Discord's free, by the way, people. The link's in the bio. Please go join. But yeah, looking at what it is, we will see a 200% pump on FTT at the end of September 2023. Because it's happened the last 3 times. Every 3 months. 200% plus. Interesting. Let's have a look. Will I buy a round of drinks next time we meet up? Cole, I got a round of drinks in. Just because everyone else got 2 or 3 in doesn't mean I've got to get them all in. I'm very sneaky with rounds of drinks. I will probably end up buying 1 at some point, but I probably would have had 4 or 5 before that. But yeah, absolutely, mate. Next time we have a meet up, absolutely, mate. There'll be a round of drinks bought. I don't know what drinks. It depends how good the market is to me. We'll see. Thank you for the follows and the likes, people. I do appreciate that. By the way, Cole, if we do meet up for drinks again, I'm not dragging you to your room. I'm not that volunteer. I'll be happily drinking in the bar, fairly comfortable, not staggering and trying to get into someone else's room, like some people were. Will Litecoin top out before or after the halving? It will probably top out before. Halvings are certainly initial surges. So if we go back. There we go. Right, April 19. So there's April 19. It ran all the way up there in June 19, and then came all the way down until the bull run. So it could have topped out already if you're going by dates. It could have topped out, but it could have more headroom. These are only approximate. It's only history. You were rather drunk. Yes, you were rather drunk, but it was a great night. It was a great night. It didn't ruin the night. It just kind of topped it off because everyone was smashed. It was great fun. It was great fun. But yeah, I want to do another one. When the bull run starts and we've all got a bit of money in our pockets again, we'll all meet up again. Absolutely, 100%. Right, where are we going next? Let's have a look and see what's happening on Crypto Bubble. So Saffron Finance, does anyone else know about Saffron Finance? This is one that I added to our favourites a long time ago because it's on my watch list. It's pumped up to 80% at one point today. Current market cap 3.3 million, and it is up 50%. So that was a 2 million market cap, and it has seen 4.5 earlier in the live. So it's incredibly volatile. But it's actually quite a good project. I've been watching it for quite a long time. But as I said, it's incredibly high risk. I don't talk about it, but it's been on this bubble chart the whole time. So let's go and have a look at it, and I'll show you what I mean by it. It's been around a while. So, it looks expensive, $33, but there's only 100,000 maximum supply. That is an incredible. I love low supplies. Love low supplies. Thank you for sharing the live, Carl. Appreciate that, buddy. So we've seen all-time high on this token of $2,800, and that was in March 2021. So it didn't see the November high that I like to see, but it was still kind of like $600, which is like a 20x from where we are now. Market cap-wise, it peaked out at 218. So 218, and we're currently at 3 million. So that would be about 7x from where we are right now. No, a 70x. So on the price, we're not doing a 70x. You can tell there's a lot more tokens in supply now. It's almost fully diluted. But I mean, if you look at the market cap, if we're going to do a 70x from where we are now back up to all-time high, that still takes this to a $2,100 token or more. My maths again is going to fail me. I'm going to have to get the calculator out again, folks. Let's do a Calvin Harris. Let's work it out. So this returns to all-time high. Terrible American accent. 37.15 times 70, $2,600. And the previous high was 2,800. That still ain't bad. But the market cap, as I said, very, very different. It's kind of like miles apart. But yeah, I still think, I still watch this very, very carefully. What is it? I still haven't explained that to you, have I? I've only done tokenomics. So, right, okay, there's not much of a description on it. I'll take you to the website. And really, no one talks about these because they're ultra low cap coins, okay? So they are super high risk. You've seen, well, if you've been here the whole night on the live, you will have seen that market cap go from 5.5 down to 3. At one point it was up 80%, incredibly volatile. So risk adjustment for decentralized finance. You're talking about a risk assessment tool. It's a really, really good product. It's not Mimi. It's been around a long time and it's surviving at the moment. And clearly someone's buying it. So, you've got academies, you've got documents on there, a peer-to-peer risk adjustment protocol. Users customize their risk and return profiles by selecting their own degree of exposure to underlying platforms. So you can really tweak and expose yourself to DeFi and financial markets using Saffron's tools. So, as I said, the tokenomics are just incredible. 100,000, 92,000 currently in supply. And the all-time high on this was crazy. If it survives the bear market, which is a big question, this could be a real performer. DeFi is still going to be absolutely huge, I believe. So, Sam, we're currently talking about Saffron Finance. That was the one that we were talking about. I was just going through it. Obviously, on bubble maps, on the bubble chart, it's quite a big gainer. And we are seeing that go up to 3.5 million. Now, this is just how volatile it is. It's $5 cheaper 30 seconds ago. So it's insanely volatile, being so small. But it's seen a bull run before, and it's still here. Let's check out the socials, actually. Let's see how busy the Twitter space is. I'm trying to talk myself out of buying one, or two, or three. If I've got $100 floating around, I might buy a couple, actually. If it goes up to $2,000, that's a risk versus reward right there. I'm not even following them on Twitter, which is bizarre. 21.9 thousand followers. Pinned tweet March 21. But they are still tweeting. June 23, there we go. Saffron Fixed Income Vaults. So they're still developing. There's been a new white paper released with Saffron Fixed Income Vaults. This might be why people are now reacting to it. They're reading up on these low caps, doing their research into the weekend, and they're like, oh, they got a new thing. And they're probably buying some. So yeah, they're not incredibly active. I think that's the thing. These low caps are not going to be active all the time because they're not going to pay people to be there to do this for them. But any major developments, they are tweeting about it. That's good to see. They are still building, still developing. But, being so low cap, they probably can't afford to run the socials as well as others. But, when the market picks up, I'm sure that'll change. May 18th there, May the 1st there. So every couple of weeks they're tweeting, but the major announcements are coming out. They've obviously sort of released details about these fixed income vaults. So hopefully that's why they're getting some good press now and why they're getting some action. But yeah, you can see on here just how volatile it is. It's absolutely insane. I mean, that last week as well, it's been pretty good. I mean, it's come up from 2.2 million to 4 million and down again. $24 up to currently $41. Yeah, it's up 73% now. It's stupidly volatile. But they are building, they are releasing new things, they're still working. It's ultra low cap. As I said, if I've got $100 to spare, would I put a couple in there? I'm very tempted because I'm just gonna risk versus reward. $100 risk. If it goes anywhere near all-time high, it's like $4,000. It's just $2,000 if you $4,000 because 100 will buy you a couple of tokens at the moment. So yeah, absolutely insane. Where else are we going? Let's go back onto the daily chart and see what else is happening. So we've gone through LTX, we've gone through Saffron, we've gone through Litecoin, Aave we've covered. Solana's up 7.5%. Stellar XLM we all know about. Stellar XLM up 10%. So some really good gainers today. TomiNet is back up 5% as well. You'll be happy to hear that one, Tom. Wilder World's up. Sui Network's back up as well. Radix is down again, another 9%. How's that doing for the week now? So it's down from 8.5 cents to 5.9 cents. Market cap down to 600 mil. It has been cheaper. It's been down to 5.5. So it could come down, but I mean, it's incredibly volatile right now, Radix. Very interesting. Decent DeFi, dedicated DeFi network though. Very, very good. Hey, nice guy, how are you doing, buddy? Zen token. Let's have a look at Zen. Is that Zen Link? I think I've got some Zen Link. Oh, Horizon. Folks, I'm going to give it another 5 minutes and I'll be calling it a day. So get any questions and requests in and we'll have a look. What time is the AMA? The AMA is 8 p.m. tomorrow. The link is literally in my bio. So if you go on Slink app, if you're not already in the Discord, join the Discord. But there's a link directly to the event or there's a link to my Discord. Choose whichever. If you just want to drop a question in for them to answer whilst you're there, just leave it in the question channel. If you want to obviously attend and ask a question at the end, you'll have that opportunity. So Zen token is Horizon. That is up 33.8% today. Token price all time spiked in April 2021 to $150. And November, it did spike, but not as high, to $118. So all-time high was $150. That market cap was $1.6 billion. So a 12, 13x from where we are right now. But the price is probably still about 12x. So that's not bad, actually. So they haven't flooded the market with too many tokens since that all-time high, which means that they've probably got a vesting schedule in there, which is interesting. They were around in 2017, so they've survived the bear market before. We're hovering around similar levels to that bear market, to be fair, as well. So we could see a recovery, and it did make higher highs bull run to bull run. But as I said, I just like that November run to be slightly higher. But Zenlink looks like it's pretty strong in terms of charting. It's available on quite a few exchanges as well. What does it actually do? Because I'm not 100% sure. ZK-enabled network of blockchains powered by the largest node infrastructure in the industry. Zendo protocol, SNARK verification, 10,000 sidechain support with a throughput limit of 10 million transactions per second. That's some claim. So yeah, I mean, that looks decent. And if that proves to be a really good network, then 128 million market cap, it seems relatively cheap to me. Would it be recorded? Yes, absolutely. All of the AMA is recorded. So if you've missed the Swissborg one or any of the other ones like Serenity Shield that we've had in, they are recorded. You can come back and listen to them anytime. But of course, as I said, if you want a question asked and you can't attend, just drop the request in the channel. I will ask the question for you. And you can always come back and read the answer later. Can't wait till the halving has come and gone. Then we can look forward to real rewards. Absolutely. But this is the accumulation year. This is what everyone's been saying. There's been like 3 or 4 cycles, and this is the period where you accumulate. The price could dip more. Absolutely. But it's like I said in the Discord earlier, as long as I'm reducing my dollar cost average when I do my DCA, I don't care if it dips again. I'll just buy more and reduce my DCA again. Because I believe in these things long term, I'm going to carry on reducing my DCA. I don't care. I do care. Obviously, if I knew I could buy it at 20 cents and not 30 cents, I'd buy it at 20 cents. But you don't know what the market's going to do. If you sleep with your hands on your feet, on your bum, if you go to sleep with your hands on your bum and you're not doing anything, you're going to lose either way. So it's difficult to tell. Tailcoin, I don't really know. I've got to be honest, I don't know. Run out of money to put in. It's getting to that point for a lot of us, I think. If you're not aware as well, just regards to this AMA, this is Tectum, Softnote. They had a pre-sale that ended today. Now, their soft cap was 10 Ether on Gempad. They smashed Gempad's record. They sold 35 ETH in the first 20 minutes or something stupid like that. And then by the end of it, they'd sold 257 ETH, and their all-time high on Gempad was 225. So they've smashed records on Gempad, and the numbers are pretty incredible. Their token goes live on the 3rd, but as I said, we've got an AMA on Saturday. They're absolutely killing the AMAs, so we're going to get that in. We'll get them in for the AMA. And then on the 3rd, they've got their launch on, I think it's Uniswap. But we'll get that confirmed in the AMA. It'll all be done before the launch. Thanks for your knowledge. Appreciate it, Aaron. No problem, Node Army. Absolute pleasure, buddy. Thank you for being here and supporting me. 100% appreciate it. DAG technology is fantastic. Constellation DAG hopefully will still be around and be strong. It's got some good partnerships, great tech. Don't know an awful lot more than that. I researched it so long ago I can't remember. But I do like DAG and DAG technology. But yeah, I'll catch you all later. I'm going to call it a day there. Really want to thank you for all your support and all your questions and things tonight. Really appreciate it, and I'll catch you